Welcome once again to Boomer Bongo Boulevard. I'm Mike, just Mike, and he's Ron, just Ron, and we are here to talk about anything we want to talk about, and we talk about a lot of different things and things that we at least enjoy talking about. Don't forget to subscribe. Our subscriber numbers just keep creeping up, and keep them creeping. That's what
Yep. No new ones this week, but I'm feeling optimistic.
Well, and I was about to say that makes us, if they keep creeping, that'll make us the creepiest show on the internet.
I'm a creep. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, I wanted to apologize, Ron. I don't know, apologize isn't the right word, but I wanted to clarify. We were making up band names. You know how good we were at it. We were good at it.
Yeah, we were good at it.
You know how
but we
good?
just couldn't get anybody else to want to be.
No, nobody. We wanted people to try their own band names, and I'm more than a little disappointed in some of our followers for not trying to put in a band name. I mean, we just made an open kind. You can still put them in if you want to, and we'll talk back and forth with you about it. But we were so good. I started looking up those band names. I should have done it before the show. There were a lot of them that were already band names.
Oh, that's funny.
Like you remember how much I like the Sinatras? Yeah. There's a band named the Sinatras. They're out of New York, as you might imagine. I think they were out of New York. Yeah. And there were at least 7, 8, 9 of those band names that between the two of us that are already in use or have been used. Now, some of them are defunct groups that cranked up in the 60s and 70s and 80s. But so I guess their names, I guess you could co-opt the name that way. And
we want the funk. We got to be defunct.
We do.
Hey,
that would make a good band name. We want the funk. Got to have that funk.
Yeah.
It'd be long.
Instead of being spelled like the actual defunct, you could be defunct.
Yeah. That's something to think about.
Yeah.
So anyway, this week we're doing a few weeks ago we did a tribute to Danny DeVito. Once again, hi out there to all you Danny DeVito fans, and maybe even Danny DeVito if he knocks around on the internet. I don't know if that's something he does, but hi, Danny. And one of the bands we named last week, or we suggested as a name, was Sons of Danny DeVito. And I still think that's a great name. But this week we're doing a tribute to none other than Tom Jones, not the bawdy novel, but Tom Jones, the Welsh singer who came over in the midst of the British invasion and I guess was the Welsh Elvis Presley, really. Wouldn't you say that's the closest thing to persona that Tom Jones projected is an Elvis?
I absolutely think so. In fact, he's one of the few people I would even call a legend that's left to us right now.
He is.
Paul McCartney. With Paul McCartney, that's pretty much it.
Well, the Rolling Stones,
the Stones, Paul McCartney, and Tom Jones. That's it, man.
Well, there's a couple others, but for Petula Clark is still around, for example, and was singing up until recently, and she was actually a guest on the old "This Is Tom Jones" show, which was a British show that was exported to the United States in 1967. Ended in 71, 65 full-color episodes, an hour each, and mostly singing. And he appeared on ABC. I think it was a Friday night show. Pretty
I think so.
Friday night show, and kicked off their lineup for that night. And I don't know. Can you remember watching the old Tom Jones show?
Absolutely, I can remember watching.
You were a little kid. I was.
Yeah. But I mean, I remember all that stuff. My very clear memories start, around, I don't know, 69, somewhere in there. I remember everything very well. I remember watching the moon landing. I remember watching Tom Jones. I remember the Beatles being on the radio, and they were still the Beatles.
Yeah.
They weren't used to be the Beatles. They were the Beatles.
They were still the Beatles.
Together.
Yeah.
I remember being sad when they broke up. And it was like the Monkees and the Beatles broke up almost the same time. I'm like, oh, man, come on.
A lot of breaking up in those days. They're breaking up.
Every band broke up when that happened. I was like, man, every time I'd liked the band, I was like, man, they're going to break up.
So you have Tom Jones. Do you know how old Tom Jones is?
He is let's see. Last time I checked, when I went to see him, he was 83. That was, I think, 3 years ago. So I guess he's about 86 now.
You nailed it. You nailed it. His birthday is in early June. And so he just had a birthday, turned 86. And I'm sitting there. I couldn't really find any real television credits for Tom Jones any later than 2022. By the way, one of the judges on frequent judges on the British version of the Voice, and maybe the most popular judge, probably is the most popular judge. But the last time I saw a record of him doing the Voice was 2022, and I was thinking, well, has he just finally hung it up? So I thought I'd look up his concert dates. Guess what I found out, Ron?
He's probably still performing.
He has a gig Thursday in Sweden, and throughout Europe through the rest of the summer, he has multiple appearances, at least around a dozen appearances, and almost all of them are sold out. The site I looked at showed how many tickets were left, and there were like 6 tickets left at one concert and 2 tickets left at another, and I think 90 tickets remaining was the most at any of the venues. So Tom's still selling them out to the walls. And then he's coming across the ocean, health willing and good luck willing, to New York. I think it's in early October. And then he's got appearances across the United States from October through November. And I guess he takes off maybe for the holidays. The guy's 86. And like he's got 3 appearances in Las Vegas over, I think, 5 days. And he's in Texas. I can't remember exactly where, but he's going to be in Texas during that.
Probably be Austin again, more than likely.
I don't think it's Austin, but I should have made a note. But he's just works his way across the United States. Nashville, ends up in California with 3 or 4 appearances in various California cities. And Tom Jones is 86, and I looked up most recent video of Tom Jones singing, and Ron, did he sound good? Scale of 1 to 10.
3 years ago, man, he was unreal. It was, you'd hear him hit some of those notes, and you'd just be like, yeah, he would just nail it.
Nothing against him, because he's an older guy. But Paul McCartney can't sing anymore.
No.
He can't. Mm-mm. He can still play.
Yeah.
But he can't sing. He's lost it. Barbra Streisand, another legend, by the way, can't sing anymore.
Yeah.
The last time I heard her sing, I couldn't believe it. She sounded like some lady volunteering to lead the music at church that nobody really wants to do it, but nobody else wants to be the leader either, so they let her do it, and she stands up there and sings off key. Barbra Streisand can't sing anymore. Tom Jones is 86, and I couldn't tell any difference just from the little clip I looked at.
He's incredible.
Give me a review of when you saw him 3 years. Have you seen him just once?
Yeah, just once.
And what did you think?
It was funny, your story about just looking up Tom Jones was so similar to how I ended up seeing him, because we were just like, how you'll be flipping through and scrolling, going through YouTube and watching stuff. And I was watching some clips of him on the British version of The Voice.
Right.
And he was just like, just kicking up and just sitting in a chair and was just taking off singing. Everybody was just going wild,
Oh, yeah.
It sounded so great. Just sitting there relaxed in a chair and was just booming, And I was going like, wow, I wonder if he still tours. And I started looking, and I was like, I turned to my wife and I said, he is going to be in Austin next month. I kid you not. And I'm like, we're going. That's just all it is to it. We're going. We're going to get the best tickets we can possibly get, and we're going. And we ended up getting like 10th row to the right, pretty close, really close. I mean, I could have easily thrown something and reached him easily.
Yeah.
But he was amazing. He sang like a few songs from his new album that he had come out. I believe I bought it the next day because I liked several songs of it. It was called Book of Life, I believe is the name of it.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it was pretty good. It had several good songs on it. But yeah, he was. Of course, he sang all the classics, and he told all the stories. About a lot of them. Like he talked about, and this is kind of a World Cup related thing. He talked about how he loved that they always play Delilah at all the Welsh soccer games, or as they call it, football. And he said, and they quit playing it because, of course, it's a song about murder, and but he said, well, leave it to my Welsh brothers and sisters. He goes, they said, even though they quit playing it, he goes, before every game, he said, the whole place sings the song in its entirety. He said, it's beautiful. And of course, this big boom and laugh, He said, I love it. Every game they sing it,
Doesn't
so they kept the tradition alive.
I was trying to classify Delilah, which was one of his big hits, and
yeah, it's my favorite.
It's a great song, but it's not rock and roll, and it's not Sinatra style pop. But
yeah,
you know what it is, Ron?
A lot of his hits.
It sounds like a show tune.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's from a musical.
Yeah,
it's exactly what it sounds like. And Tom Jones, that's the thing that so many people like. He does a little bit of everything. He does some songs that he wrote. He does songs that could be show tunes. I was spotting another one. I've heard
a story about his big hit, or one of his signature song, and basically his theme song. It's Not Unusual.
Not unusual.
The way he ended up with that song was it was actually written for another lady. I can't remember her name offhand. She's famous in Britain, so probably
right.
You people Brits might know who it is. I can't remember. But anyway, I digress. It was written for her, but a lot of times when somebody writes a song for somebody else, they'll get somebody to record the demo to give to the person that they want to sing it.
Right.
Okay. So Tom Jones was not famous then.
Right. I remember the story.
The person who wrote it had Tom to sing it, and he killed it so bad that when the person got it and listened to it, she just sent it back, and she goes, "This guy needs to sing it."
Yeah.
Said, I can't beat that.
I remember that story.
Yeah. Said, I can't beat that. And that's how Tom got famous, basically. Was, somebody that was already famous, saw his talent and was just like, you got to record this guy.
Well, and sometimes it's less common now, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's always been done, but it's not ridiculously uncommon for two different artists.
Not unusual.
To sing, it's not. That's right. Yeah. Not unusual for two different artists, or even three, to release a version of a particular song fairly close to somebody else doing it, and that would have happened. That's what would have happened, and you don't want that happening. You don't want to have a version of a song out there, and then somebody else out sing you, and everybody goes, "Well, we're playing this other one," and so avoiding embarrassment too. But it's a great story. I was thinking Green Green Grass of Home and I Who Have Nothing. Those sound like Broadway songs, like shows that could be taken from a Broadway show.
The cool thing about Tom Jones was he didn't sing normal pop or rock and roll.
No, he didn't.
Yet he got top 10 hits doing things his own way, which is super cool. That just shows you the power, how good he was.
Well, the thing I always liked about Tom Jones too is he wasn't afraid to do a cover. He might not necessarily release it as a single, but he would put cover songs in his stage show and perform them, or perform them on his show, his TV show, which we started out talking about. This is Tom Jones. He would cover a lot of artists on his show and do duets with people like Janis Joplin on some of their hits. And he just does whatever he wants. He's done he fairly recently he did a gospel style album, and he just of course he's always been capable of cutting loose with a rock performance from here. She's a Lady is a rock and roll song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that start, that guitar, that at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just a rock start, and the
Yeah.
drum in that, and the beat of it, and it's just very admirable. He's had a very admirable career, and the difference. I think Tom Jones has had a better recording career by far than Elvis Presley. He's had more consistency. He doesn't have any gaps really, even though he's been recording for years, and he's had charted songs that have charted within the last 5, 6, 7 years, at least in England, and it's because he didn't have those dead years where Elvis was singing songs about making sandwiches for his when he was
and
doing
being
those,
dead as well.
yeah, where he was doing. Well, that's
Hey,
true too.
so
But where he was
you got to
doing
throw in the
those
being
silly
dead
songs.
part.
I mean,
You know.
hey, Elvis had great taste in music, but he didn't get to show it all the time. But Tom Jones was always able to show it in his song
Yeah.
selections. I think he's been remarkably consistent, and man just keeps producing hits into his 80s.
Yeah.
And produces performances that people want to hear into his 80s. So I've run down Elvis Presley. I've run down Paul McCartney and Barbra Streisand. What else can I do? I really shouldn't build Tom Jones up by running these other people down, but it's kind of hard not to do it when you compare him to these present day lives of some of these singers that can't sing anymore, and he can. Give me your take on what's your favorite Tom Jones song?
Well, yeah, I'd have to say my favorite is definitely Delilah. I love that song, and I love to hear it live too because it sounded great with the full orchestration. But I even like it better the way he performs it now because he's cut his band way back, and instead of having the full orchestration and horn section like he used to, he has like a drummer, a couple guitars, bass, and an accordion, which it really works with a lot of his songs.
I've heard accordions that work well in songs.
The accordion really works, and the trimmed down, versions of the songs do work, just as well. And I'll tell you another one I got where I liked. I didn't even realize he did until I saw that movie, The Full Monty. Was I like his cover of "You Can Leave Your Hat On" by Joe Cocker.
Randy Newman song.
Yeah, Randy Newman song that. And Joe Cocker did a version of that too. Did he?
Okay, I missed.
Yeah.
Randy Newman wrote it. I think Randy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, when you said that, I went, "Oh yeah, that's a Randy Newman song."
Yeah.
But there's a lot of Randy Newman snuck a lot of songs in there that a lot of people don't realize.
You know what I think Tom Jones should be recognized for is, by the way, Tom Jones is not quite as good a dancer as Tom Jones thinks he is. He's only got about 2 moves. He's got about 2 moves. They're pretty good moves, but he's only got about 2. But I would say he might be the number 1 best finger snapper I've ever seen in my life. He's when it's not unusual. He doesn't even need the band.
I don't know. I'm pretty good.
Oh yeah, but you don't have Tom's drive. He's got that up there by his ear. He's piping them loud enough the microphone picks it up. Da, da, da. She's a lady, she's a lady. Snapping those fingers. The slow songs he gets away from it, but the minute that tempo picks up, Tom is snapping. He is snapping away, and that's something I like about him. And he's about that close to being a male stripper too, if you remember. Wouldn't you say?
What blew my mind when I saw him was, he told a lot of stories in between songs and stuff.
Right.
And it's pretty cool. I mean, imagine the kind of life you could live where you start stories like this, like, I remember the time I was hanging out with Elvis Presley, and I remember the time I was hanging out with Janis Joplin, and I remember the time I was hanging out with the Beatles. That time that I was having dinner with, the Queen of England, and
Oh, he's Sir Tom Jones too, by the way. What, 2006 or something? He was knighted, and oh my goodness, Sir Paul McCartney, Sir Tom
fellow
Jones.
Welshman, the James Bond, Sean Connery.
Sean and I
And
will
I
hang
had
in
to
that.
sing a song for that movie, Thunderball, and I mean,
Isn't
who else
isn't
could tell stories like that?
isn't
He's like the
Sean
history
Connery?
of rock and roll,
Oh, sure. Who else can? Isn't Sean Connery the acting equivalent of Tom Jones? Wouldn't you say? I mean,
I would
he's
think so. It's
recently
pretty damn
died.
close. Yeah,
Acting brother Welchman.
that's
Um,
right.
some of what? It's not unusual. He's hit the charts about roughly 20 times in the United States and twice that many times in England or in the United Kingdom. What's New Pussycat? That's a show tune.
Yep.
I mean, it's straight from a movie. It's probably the worst song he's sung just because What's New Pussycat sounds like if you got 20 random people off the
If you hear
street.
him sing it now, it's funny because it just sounds filthy when he's singing
Oh
it
yeah,
now.
oh yeah. Well, come on. If you got 20 people just randomly off the
And the
street
way
and
he
said,
does
"Look,
it is filthy too.
yeah, I want you to write a song called What's New Pussycat." Well, half the group would write something that's pretty close
Yeah.
to what that song is. It'd be like just asking elementary kids to make up a song about I don't know, shooting rats, and it'd be shooting rats, we're out shooting, and they all do the same song. But Tom Jones can make it into a hit and make it sound entertaining, and obviously make it sound pretty dirty, like you said. Delilah. Here's one of his slow songs. It was a huge hit. Green Green Grass of Home,
Mm-hmm.
and She's a Lady, which I think that might be my favorite Tom Jones song. Just kind of really like the opening. And Kiss, he did a Prince song.
Yep, he did and killed it.
and I would argue that his version is competitive with the Prince version because his vocals are so much
It was
different.
him and that oddball group, The Art of Noise, did that together.
Tom Jones and a lot of people can do Prince songs because Prince, I don't think it was ever a super strong vocalist. He was a great musician, great songwriter, but Tom Jones, a vocalist of his level. One that gets overlooked a lot is "Help Yourself."
Yeah.
Do you remember him doing that in the concert you saw?
I don't recall that he did that one.
It's even Tom Jones underrated it. And I Who Have Nothing, and there's others. So I rated his dance moves. You kind of agreed with that, didn't you? Tom's really not that great.
Well, he definitely ain't anymore. He just mostly just kind of does this now. He's 86. I mean, come on. He had a hip replacement. I can identify with that. I got one of those too. So.
Well, he really worked his hip. At one time he was. Has he got the best old guy hair in entertainment?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Do you think he wears a wig?
I don't know. I don't know because he just kind of his. He's been. If he did, he's been consistent because there had never been any kind of leap in his hairline that I've ever noticed.
I'll say he might have the most consistent haircut through a career of anybody too. I don't think his hair's ever been more than about a quarter of an inch different length than it is now.
Notice his hair is pretty tight curled. It's
Yeah.
Unless you kind of let it fro up a little bit, or that's about all you can do, really.
There's a lot to like about that. Absolutely. What would be the one word to describe Tom Jones?
Dynamic. Legendary.
I was going to go with explosive, but yeah, explosive, dynamic. He can still like explode on a word in the lyrics and just really bring it, hit a note, just like
and hold those notes and stuff too.
So
legend has it that on the final note of Thunderball, he held that note for so long he passed out in the studio.
They did a study a few years ago. It's been quite a few years ago now, but I've never forgotten it. And of which type of entertainer lives the longest. And singers, by far, won the
I can
competition.
see that, yeah, because
They
I
theorized
bet
it.
dancers live a long time too.
What now?
I bet
Dancers?
dancers live a long time too.
Yeah, I don't know if they included them in it. I think they were, but they should have if they didn't. But they attributed the long life that singers had on average that to the fact that the lung development. They were singing all the time. They were breathing in, breathing deep, getting their heart rate up while they were singing, and that holding the note until you pass out sounds like a pretty tough workout. Sounds like a workout that an Olympic champion might do. Well, we're going to do threshold work today. We're going to hold a note till we literally fall over on the floor. I could see Tom Jones taking up that challenge. I don't guess we need a song of the week, Ron. What would I guess your Tom Jones song of the week would be Delilah, I suppose.
Delilah,
right?
I love Delilah. Yeah.
And mine would be She's a Lady, and two great choices. So if you're looking for something to do,
and Carlton would be. It's not unusual.
It's not. Yeah, that's
Carlton.
right, because he did the Carlton to that, and that's another thing. If you're going to do some Tom Jones investigating this week or revisiting those two songs, and then look up Carlton from Will Smith's show. I can't think of his real name. What's his real name?
Alfonso Ribeiro.
Alfonso. Oh, there we go. Look up Alfonso from Fresh Prince and look up the Carlton dance, and it will bring you some. But it will combine Tom Jones and some crazy dancing and some fun dancing. Any final words, Ron, on this topic before we push on off into next week?
No, I think we got it covered so far. I'll probably think so.
I think so too. At 86, my motto this week is long live Tom Jones. For Boomer Bongo Boulevard, we're out.